Making a legacy sequel seems to be a popular trend right now, and I'm cool with that type of nostalgia. What I'm not cool with is betraying the moral traits of a character like Maximus Decimus Meridius. I'll explain what I can without spoiling in this review of Gladiator II. One generation after the death of Maximus, Rome has decayed from his dreams and the vision of the Caesar he once served. Now ruled by bloodthirsty brothers, the empire's reign grows more and more precarious and could be on the brink of collapse with the rise of a new gladiator, Hanno. With the guidance of his owner Macrinus, Hanno rises in the ranks of the gladiators, but his past may be the key to his freedom and perhaps the legacy of Rome. There were several babies at my screening of Gladiator II. It didn't impact me too much, I just found it odd. Well, those babies were exposed to lots of blood and violence in Gladiator II. After an opening that features oil painting moments from the original Gladiator, the new story begins, and it is remarkably similar to the 2000 blockbuster. An opening battle leads to Hanno, played by the indie film darling Paul Mescal, being captured and forced to fight as a gladiator to buy his freedom. Though that sounds familiar, it feels different, and not in a positive way. Many of the same stages of being a gladiator are shown here, but they feel hurried. Time isn't spent establishing the intimate details of the life of a slave gladiator. Less time is spent on the characters crawling up the ranks of bottom-tier battles. When Hanno excels, it feels unearned. He doesn't feel as admired as the preceding Maximus, though his legend still remains. In fact, the film flashes back to scenes of Maximus's journey, and all that does is exemplify how well Russell Crowe played that character in a way that made him both vicious and compassionate. A torch Paul Mescal doesn't seem ready to carry. And this may be more of a case of miscasting than lack of talent. Paul Mescal is an excellent actor. If you haven't seen the emotion he brings to dancing with his daughter to Queen's Under Pressure and After Sun, you are not familiar enough to criticize his acting abilities. That being said, just because he's an excellent thespian doesn't mean he's a movie star. Though the world around him is immersive, the character of Hanno falls flat. He is outperformed by Pedro Pascal as a Roman general, Joseph Quinn and Fred Hechinger as the Emperor twins, and of course Denzel Washington as a slave owner with visions of grandeur. Of course, there's no shame in being outacted by Denzel. He and the twins are the only original feeling portion of the film, and though often when they appear on screen something interesting may take place, it doesn't make up for the very uninspired action sequences, redundant plot, and ridiculous gladiator battles. One battle that features gladiators fighting extremely fake-looking animated monkeys that was so stupid, I literally felt my body wanting to leave the theater. Now, my buddy who was with me, he had just as much of a vitriol response, but to a different gladiator fight that I don't want to mention the details because I think it's supposed to be super cool and shocking, when in reality it's just ridiculous. Now, I will admit, aside from the CG creatures, Gladiator II looks really good. Rome looks real, you feel like you are with the crowd in the Colosseum or can smell the poverty outside the city gates. But making Rome look and feel immersive was not enough for me to engage with this film. As I was sitting there, I was trying to figure out why nothing felt exciting, why I wasn't invested in any of these characters. Was it because I was younger when I watched the original Gladiator? Was that why my heart ached when characters died? Was that why I was thrilled with each battle, big or small? Maybe, but I really think it comes down to Russell Crowe gave a complicated, nuanced performance, and in this instance, Paul Mescal did not. But to me, the absolute worst aspect of Gladiator II is a major plot point that is revealed that, in my opinion, betrays the character of Maximus. And I'm not one of these Gladiator is the best movie ever people, but I do think Maximus was a really cool character with integrity. And something is revealed in this film that forsakes who he was, his ethics, and why we loved him. That takes Gladiator II from forgettable to unforgivable. For my overall rating, Gladiator II is a visually stunning film with some deliciously evil villains, but with very little else to offer. So I will give it 2.5 stars, which is just average, and unfortunately, it may have knocked a half of a star off the original for its betrayal to the original Maximus. What do you think of Gladiator II? Was I being too rough? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss any any of my future content. Plus, you can watch some of my other videos by clicking on one of these boxes.